This is what I will do to the growing books when I become Secretary of State.
In Missouri, brandishing a flamethrower, that is MAGA candidate Valentina Gomez. Yes, you saw that correctly. As Raw Story reports, Missouri MAGA candidate films herself taking flamethrower to LGBTQ books.
These books from the Missouri Public Library. When I'm in office, they will burn.
The books she torched include Naked, Not Your Average Sex Encyclopedia by Miriam Bernier. Amazon describes Naked as essential reading that will provide answers to questions about sexuality that teens have always had but have been afraid to ask. The other book Gomez burned is Queer, the Ultimate LGBTQ Guide for Teens. One of the authors, Kathy Belge, said the book was written, quote, to give teens accurate and helpful information about what it means to be part of the LGBTQ community. Belge said in a statement to NBC News, we discuss important issues that teens face, like coming out, bullying, dating, and finding community and support, and yes, dealing with haters like this political candidate. This candidate, Valentina Gomez, isn't just a book burner, she's also a gun nut. In the video she posted on her social media account, Gomez included a picture of herself holding an assault weapon. In the print above the photo, Gomez wrote, MAGA, America First. Gomez's website says she received an MBA in Finance and Strategy from Tulane University. The website lists her key campaign issues as protecting children against the transgender agenda and, quote, protecting sports, there's only two genders. Well, there are certainly multiple MAGA extremists, and Gomez clearly qualifies. In a video on her Instagram account, Gomez, who is 24 years old, says she only trusts three things: the Bible, Elon Musk, and her AR-15. Yeah, somehow Donald Trump did not make the top three. In any case, Gomez's website echoes increasingly common inflammatory language used by conservatives to describe transition-related medical care for transgender minors. However, what most conservatives don't like to admit or don't know is that parental consent is required for minors to receive any care. Also, major medical associations, including the American Medical Association, the American Academy of Pediatrics, and the American Psychological Association, support minors' access to such care and oppose laws restricting it. Now, as for book burning, that is part of a growing trend by conservative candidates and lawmakers to ban books from public libraries. According to the American Public Library Association, most of the books being targeted relate to LGBTQ people and America's history of racism and slavery. Last year, PEN America, a nonprofit group that advocates for free expression in literature, said Missouri banned over 300 books, and nationwide conservatives targeted over 1,900 book titles. However, many school districts, at least, have a review process. Burning books takes things a step further. It evokes Nazi book-burning campaigns of the 1930s. Back then, student groups, with encouragement from Nazi leaders, burned tens of thousands of books in Germany and Austria that were considered un-German. In Berlin, there's a haunting memorial dedicated to the book burnings. A plaque alongside the memorial includes a quotation from the German writer Heinrich Heine, quote, "That was but a prelude. Where they burn books, they will ultimately burn people as well." Gomez's campaign is refusing to respond to the criticism. The criticism, at least on social media, though, has been intense. The Gomez video has been viewed over 1 million times, and most of the comments are negative and harsh. That's understandable. Gomez's campaign is despicable. Politics, though, often attracts crackpots and cranks, especially on the far right. And just in the past few years, we've seen videos of right-wing candidates doing things that are absurd. Matt Rosendale, who now serves in Congress from Montana, ran this ad in one of his earlier campaigns.
This is how I'd look from a government drone.
And this is what I think about it.
Guns have been a common theme for candidates on the right. Check out this ad from a few years ago featuring the star of Duck Dynasty.
Hey, Louisiana, Bibles and guns brought us here, and Bibles and guns will keep us here. Zach Dasher believes in both. That's why I'm voting for it.
I'm Zach Dasher, and I approve this message.
Bibles and guns?
I'm right there with you, Anna. They are like psychotic Forrest Gumps. Anyway, here is one more ad.
I believe in every aspect of our Constitution, which even a baby knows includes the Second Amendment.
If you are the sexual predator and sociopath who murdered my sister Lynette, and you come to my front door to do harm to my girls, I'm going to use my Glock to blow your balls off.
Bob Quest did not win that Iowa Senate race. Still, there was something kind of amusing about his threat to shoot someone in the groin, or Matt Rosendale blowing a drone out of the sky, or even a Louisiana Republican leaning on a television star with the tagline, "Bibles and Guns." Book burning, however, is not funny or clever or amusing. It is deranged. And hopefully even the voters in Republican Missouri will recognize that Valentina Gomez, a candidate for Secretary of State, is an imbecile. By the way, speaking of, House Republican Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia recently got humiliated and stormed out of a House hearing.
Political prisoners or hostages, I think maybe you called them. They actually try to overthrow our government. Let me continue with my time.
She's not recognized.
That is Marjorie Taylor Greene storming out of a House hearing while being called out for hypocrisy.
I think it's quite interesting that my colleague wants to try to talk about the safety of D.C. When she literally supported an insurrection and attack on the Capitol.
A short time later,
impeaching Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas.
Greene oversaw a House impeachment vote that Republicans lost.
On this vote, the yeas are 214 and the nays are 216. The resolution is not adopted.
Then Greene blamed Democrats because she screwed up the count.
They hid one of their members waiting to the last minute, watching to see our votes.
Check out that video at the link below. It generated a lot of comments on YouTube. One of the most popular is from FedGirl7318, who wrote, "The problem with bullies like Marge is that they can dish it, but they can't take it. She is an entitled snob." Indeed, although I would add that Marge is also an idiot. Anyway, I look forward to reading your comments about MAGA maniacs who burn books. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.